In this episode of the JSP show, I've got a ninja tip for setting your white and black point in Lightroom. Hey guys, what's up? It's Johnny here and welcome to another episode of the JSP show. And as always, I'm super pumped to be here, and this week I've got an awesome tip about setting your white and black point in Lightroom. And there's also a secret ninja tip that really makes this so easy. But before I get started, I wanted to mention the Share, Inspire, Create Lounge. And oh man, I'm loving this place. I am in there every day helping photographers, giving personalized help to photographers just like you. And we have an awesome community there. Myself and Brent, we're just so passionate about this place, and we want to get more people in there so we can help more people with their photography, and not only just the basics and stuff, and it's all genres too. You know, Brent has an awesome studio and he's a great portrait and wedding photographer and done plenty of travel and lifestyle. So, and myself, obviously a lot of landscape. I'm a full-time landscape photographer, videographer for national parks, and we're in there helping people just like you every day. So check out this link. All right, let's get into this, guys. This is an image from the North Shore in Hawaii, not far from Pipe and Sunset and places like that. We were there early in the year doing some filming. And as you can see by the histogram at the top right there, it's a pretty balanced image. You know, this is a classic, you know, sort of low contrast, sort of pyramid type histogram you can see there. But what you want to do is what the white and black point is, and it's these two sliders here, the whites and the blacks, and you can see those there. And why we want to set those, because that's going to give you the maximum contrast in your image without blowing out the highlights and without really closing down those shadows too much. So the traditional way of doing this is holding down the Option key. And if I drag the whites to the left, the screen goes black there. And when I start to see white or blue or whatever the RGB color that's clipping there, that is pure white that's coming into my image. So you don't want to see that. So that's where you want to set it, about there somewhere. And now if I hold down the Option again and I go to the black slider, I want to drag that to the left this time. You can see what's happening to the histogram. See that histogram? It's getting pushed out to the left there. And with the whites, it gets pushed out to the right. So with the blacks, you actually want to see a little bit of black. It's okay to have a bit of black in your image. So somewhere around there is totally fine. So you can see what we have come with contrast. So that's before, oh, that's totally before. Let me just go over here to the history panel. And I'll just open up the history panel here, and I'll go back to the shadows. So that's where we were. That's with the white, and that's with the black. So you can see it's, you know, a pretty quick way to add a bit of contrast to your image. So let's go before and then after. So that's with the white and black point set. So it's got a nice bit of contrast without, you know, closing down those shadows too much and without blowing out those clouds, which are the highlights there. But I'm going to take that back. And now there's a ninja tip here that I want to show you to do this even faster, okay? So Lightroom does a pretty good job based on the histogram of setting the white and black point. Sometimes you may need to go in and tweak the blacks, but it's just, you know, in the end, it is up to pure taste, but I tell you, Lightroom does a pretty good job. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold down the Shift key, and then I'll just close this left panel there. I'm going to hold down the Shift key, and I'm going to double click with the mouse or your Wacom or whatever you got, the white slider there. And you see what Lightroom's done? It's pumped up the whites based on the histogram to what it thinks the white point should be. So I'm going to hold down Shift again. I'm going to double tap the blacks. And then there you go. So Lightroom has just now set the white and black point pretty much automatically, which is amazing. And look at the contrast in the image. I actually like what it's done there. So let's go over in the shadows. That's the white, and you can see it's very similar to what I set manually before. And there's the black. So there you go, guys. That's the tip for setting your white and black points. Yeah, I'll tell you, if you're flying through your images, that auto way of holding down the Shift key, tapping on the whites, tapping on the blacks, it's just awesome. And it just adds that right amount of contrast without, you know, closing things down, closing the shadows down too much and opening up those highlights too much. So there it is, guys, the before and after, and that's the auto way of setting your white balance. I don't know what the technical term is for it, but I tell you what, it's such a speedy workflow when you're speeding through your images, just doing that and getting a bit of an idea, you know, adding that contrast back into your images, which often can be washed out from the raws. So, all right, guys, that's it for this week. Don't forget to go and check out the Share, Inspire, Create Lounge. There's people in there just like you learning and growing in their photography every day, and I'm there all the time helping people, you know, with tutorials like this and more, personalized tutorials. Like if you didn't catch last week's show, you know, I did a full tutorial with Ian removing an unwanted element in Photoshop. So that's the sort of stuff we do there in the lounge. And don't forget, there's over $300 worth of premium photography courses there already. Click on the link, check it out. That's it for this week, guys. Have a great week, and this is Johnny out. Peace!